Right, so welcome, and my wife has now joined us as well. So, hello.
Oh, hey. Hey, all.
Yay. And we're going to be talking about other now. That's basically everything we haven't been fitting in all the previous categories. So, first out is Exia STUN, and there are 4 points here. So, it says weapon training room needs to be 6 days, not 10. Well, that's done now, it's 5. Accessory training room needs to include relics aside from merchandise. Alright. Well, we were talking about that before they released the third slot, actually, and we were speculating what it could be, and it could have been, an accessory slot, but obviously they made the merchandise slot instead. Yeah, I don't know. Feels like they should just make a fourth slot at that point. Kind of need to redesign the room a little bit, but
Yeah, the problem with putting relics in a training room is like, how do we choose the option we want to max out? Is it the current option that we have?
yeah,
or
has to
is
be
it...
current. Has to be current. On accessories, you mean? But yeah.
Yeah, maybe that will be like a bit overpowered. Maybe like putting an accessory would be like way better than relics, because the relics are highly RNG dependent, and just getting a free 100% efficiency relic can be like very
relics. Sorry, I was thinking accessories. Because
Yeah,
mirror beam. Okay, right.
yeah, that's why relics are that's the point.
I mean, I wouldn't mind a slot like that, although I wouldn't want it to share the slot with. Wait, what? Accessory training room. We don't even have accessory training room. But okay, I think they're meaning the merchandise slot needs to include this relic as well. I think that's what they meant to write.
Yeah,
but yeah,
that's why just replacing your merch with a relic.
Yeah, I mean, me personally, I really like the merchandise one because like what I've done is literally this. So I have a bunch of level 1s that I can just put in, like these ones. So I have like 1 extra without having spent any resources into them. So I kind of like that. So I wouldn't want it to share a slot with something else that I might find useful. So I would prefer a 4th slot in that case, actually. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, there are some other plans for relics, though, I think, where we can actually lock stats and stuff. I just hope it comes out somewhere or sometime, because, yeah, it's kind of annoying now. Like, I'm not even going for max stats at this point, obviously. It's just impossible to do, so just get above average rolls on everything and, yeah, hope for the best. But okay. Cacao needs to hit up content creators for more content creator guest streams on Twitch. Yeah, I agree with that. It's like the partner program has been pretty dry, I have to say. Like, it feels like, and obviously I'm not putting blame on the CMs, they're doing what they can, but like I just feel like it just feels like they had planned more for it, and then it just kind of fell between the chairs.
Yeah,
and it's kind of sad.
It's kind of sad, yeah, because you already find a way to distribute the partner codes in your videos, which make content for the game. But if I remember well, 1 or 2 years ago, there were actually a lot of streams from community managers on Twitch where they gave the coupons, and they stopped for no reason at that kind of side, because it was a great communication between CMs and players.
Yeah, I think Karim actually like got a new job or something, so he quit, and then they didn't hire someone new for that position because he was like the stream dude, and Jackie was there sometimes, right? But yeah, those were really nice times. I really like those streams, of course, and they could have like we said there, guest streams with like where partners could be there, and also you have those features where people have been featured on Twitter, for example. I got the first one, and I think I can't remember who the second one was, but they did one more person. But aside from that, there hasn't been much action there either. So I don't know. It's a bit sad actually, like a missed opportunity in a way. So yeah, I mean, for me, it's not a huge deal because it's not a job for me, But I'm assuming that some of the creators do it full time or whatever. So obviously they would want that, and well, the ones that do it full time would actually move on to other games where it's more fruitful, like Sibo, for example.
To be honest, I'm not upset about the partner thing being too dry, because as a wife, I get to have more time with you than I would expect. If the partner program was a lot more, moving, and the thing
involving,
is, I'm not, involving and more active in a way.
Yeah.
And I'm actually happy about that. Like, it's more social life, and it's more life with
true.
with me and my husband. So it's like, what can I want possibly? So
Yeah, that's a good point actually.
oh
But
well.
yeah, I mean, if there would be some bigger commitment coming up, I would just pass up on it. But I'm sure there are other creators who would love to jump at a chance, you know. So, but yeah.
Yeah, I saw that recently they had bread lorry on the creators
Oh, okay.
members,
Yeah.
and it's really interesting because it's like doing everything about the lore of the game, which is very an important point.
He's
Oh,
amazing.
God. Yeah, and so we started to work on a collaboration in order to produce a PDF with a big resume of each world and the story.
Ooh.
And it's great that some other creators, except than PvP or high-level players, are going into the creators' content like this. That's a good
Yeah.
choice of.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I'm doing what I can to help him. Like, I'm sending him the orbital lift records whenever I get there. So I guess next update, I'm gonna have access to what is it, 801. So I'm gonna send him that.
Yeah.
Even though we kind of have it, but we can't really publish anything, right? Because it's being hacked. So we
Yeah,
want
of
to do the
course.
official stuff. So yeah. NA marketing needs to reflect JP initiatives. I don't know what that means.
I think that maybe they're talking about it's like some pre-order bonuses that are like on Korean, if I remember well.
Hmm.
I don't know how it is, but sometimes on the Khyr.do, we can see that players have access to like pre-orders of the worlds with more exclusive rewards. So maybe they're talking about this.
Ah. Oh, so like. Oh yeah. I think I know what you mean now. Yeah. So like, start playing Guardian Tales, and you will get this as well as a bonus for starting.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, it must be. Yeah, I've seen there's some shit from like, I saw there was some like really trash game, and they said that you would get like 777 summons or whatever. They were like repeating that shit all over, and like that's a lot of summons. I don't know, like that's a lot of summons. That's like 77.7. I don't know what that last 7 would be, but yeah, it's really weird. But yeah, we don't really have any of those kind of promotions for this game. That's true. And catch up things. Let's see. What did I write? Pity system for mirror rift / vending machine. I think we went through that already, actually, in the mirror rift thing. Yeah, Clint went pretty deep into that, so I'm not gonna go look for that video if you wanna look at that. And the vending machine, we didn't talk about though. But yeah, something for that one too, because you usually just get bad stuff from it. It's obviously the one that's here normally. I have opened it now, but yeah. Awaken it out. Let us trade between each other. Red for 1-to-1 ratio. Offering these ratios are way off, and oh. Right. Well, I guess they have fixed that now with the weekly thing, so it was kind of annoying before. Increase amount of Evo stones we can give to guild. Oh yeah, that's so annoying. Like, I try to give as much as I can, but like, okay, we don't have many requests now actually, but usually there's more requests than I can give, and it's just so annoying to hit that limit all the time. And obviously the reward as well, being 1 when you've done 80. Like, what's that? That's a joke. Well, 40 I guess, since you give 2, but yeah. Preset character limit increased from 10 to 20. When did we do this? We have like 30 now, I think, isn't it?
Yeah, we got a lot more already.
Yeah, I think we have 30 now. I don't even know. Yeah, it's 30. Well, nice. Oh yeah, one more thing that I have is the stats of the Ice Queen ring. I think they should buff the stats, because it doesn't really make any sense at the moment. Let's just grab this guy here. So 158, that's the max defense, and then you have the water attack, of course, and you have the stats down here. Then you have the the Minotaur, which is the most offensive one, although the less defensive one. That's fine. So what I think what they should do here is buff it on the defensive side. It shouldn't be more offensive than the Minotaur. That makes no sense. Nor should it have 12%. VSR, because that should be limited to the mirror one. However, they should make it more defensive, because if you look here, 165 on the defense, and it has the crit and all the good stuff. But if you looked at Ian, for example, has a lot more. So I think like these are equally rare, but this one is where it's at, right? Where I think it should feel like if you have a water hero, then this one should pretty much be the go-to, unless you want the Earth Necklace, or obviously I'm talking PvP now, or if you need that 12% VSR for whatever reason. But like otherwise it should be the go-to. But right now it's not really the case, and like even if you don't have an Iceborne ring, you're pretty well off because you kind of don't need it. It's more of like, oh, I'm out of Earth Necklace now and I don't want to use a panda. Okay, then we use that one. So I think that buffing the stats of that, considering how rare it is, would make sense. I don't know what exactly the buff should be, but probably increase the base defense up to at least 175 maybe, and yeah, maybe the defense down here as well by 2 or something. I don't know, just beef it up a little bit. So yeah, HoleeSheet, give more level on Awakening Rift, still level 70. Right, so that they actually addressed that. We're obviously talking about this. And yeah, what they said is that they're obviously keeping track on the numbers of everything. Same thing goes for this, by the way. No, it doesn't. I don't know which one it is. Is it this? No. Yeah, well, this is a bit behind, but yeah. They were actually looking at the numbers and they concluded that we are getting the correct amounts as it is, so it doesn't really make sense to increase it. So yeah, they don't have any plans to do that at the moment. Naoas, more presets, please. Yeah, since the day it came out, I've had the amount. I can't even imagine that we played with only 10 presets. That's crazy. But yeah, we have 30 now, so it's super fine. The only issue I have is the naming of the presets. It's still limited to, I think, 10 characters, which is really stupid. It should be 15 or 20. But yeah. Davis, NA1 and Asia 1 has the lowest player count in Guardian Tales. It would be nice if you guys can help push cross server or merge for our dying server. Yeah, that's something that's coming up a lot, and they should definitely do that. Because I understand that they can't merge Asia and Europe, for example, because there's different publishers. But merging NA1 to NA2 and Asia 1 to NA2 is definitely a good first step. I don't know what they're going to do about the LA server or the Oceans, or like what's it called? Oceanic server. I guess they're pretty screwed. But aside from that, I think it would make a lot of sense to merge those two. Yeah. Merge 1 into 2, I guess there's more player on 2. Because yeah, that's sad. But it is what it is, I guess. But yeah, they should definitely prioritize that and do it. Like, shouldn't be that hard. Just move all the accounts and everything. Nihal, I think Earth Necklaces are a problem because there is currently no way to get one aside from luck. FTP players can have 3 of them, while Mega Whale can spend thousands of coffee and never see a single one. I'm not really into PvP, so I'm not very affected, but 1 or 2 would help a lot for OL 725. But I can tell that some PvP folks must be very frustrated to not have one, especially when it's basically the best PvP item. We should have a way to get to this one without having to spend thousands of coffee or praying, like being able to buy one at the Boss Rush shop or something like this. Side note, this is true for every single OP item they may release in the future. And yeah, I do agree like that. We talked a little bit about it earlier. I always have 9, but then again, I'm a huge whale, so that makes sense. But I know actually a free-to-play player that has like, I don't know how many he has. Oh, it's like 5, 6, or 7 or something. It's like some crazy amount. It's really funny. But it doesn't in PvP. But yeah, some way for people to get one. I do agree with that from like the shop or whatever. Just like I said, even if you have 1, you still have 3 characters or how many you're playing. So 4 Colosseum or up to 12, I guess, or even more for other thingy. Monster Arena. But yeah, do something. Inventory, I don't know. Maybe SNS. Yeah, I mean, yeah, we talked about that too before, about in the Heavenhold video, I think it was, about that SNS could use some upgrades. It's fun, but yeah, kind of forgotten content.
Yeah.
Then we have anonymous person here. Consolidate the 2 daily mails, or at least, or at the very least, expand amount of time each is available to 12 hours each. Having to check the times / log on at the time is probably what contributes to my burnout. Oh yeah. So basically the daily mails, like we're gonna get another one in 1.5 hours, and if you're not online between then and the reset, you miss out on that one, which is kind of annoying. So yeah, basically increasing that time where you can be eligible to receive it, basically. So I guess it would make sense to change that. Instead of it being at arena time in the evening, it would be like in the middle of the day at like 6 o'clock then or something. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Maybe 1 at reset until, yeah, I don't even know actually. Anyways, UF, more Little Princess dialogues. It's been 1,000 days already. I think they did change that now, yeah. And now they just... Oh, Lupina is in the way. Yeah. Anyways, better ways to get green hammers. It's 5 times more difficult than limit breaking character, and if that character gets outdated, you'd be fucked. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know about the hammers on it. I can't speak about that. Obviously, it's a non-issue for me. What do you think?
Maybe a solution we can do is like we have a hero reset option, so maybe we could get like a reverse limit breaking for a weapon stone.
Like a reset stone for weapons, basically, so you get all the hammers out.
Yeah, it won't refund the option and the lock stone that you use, but it can refund you like hammers. It can be like, okay.
Why would it have? Yeah, okay, yeah. So basically, the stats stays the same within each category, or whatever. But yeah, that makes sense though. That makes a lot of sense. I would love that. Aim weapon.
Because for my personal example, I had to maximum break a weapon for the red, which was the beach use weapon.
Mm-hmm.
I used it once and I never use it again, so it's a total waste of resource when I can build like new Revenant team, like a PvP team with Khyr or anything like that.
Yeah, that's true.
Moreover, the power creep of the game is more and more important, so you can build a hero or a weapon and you just need like one new character to just ruin every combination with this hero and
yeah, that's very true actually.
Can I have a suggestion as well, if that's okay?
Yeah.
So as I can see, you guys have, or you have a lot of hammers going on.
Yeah.
And I think it will be better to, let's say that the gray hammers can be evolved when like fusing them into a gold one or better one.
Oh.
I think maybe fusing them will be a lot better, because I see in a lot of games you can actually do that with like awakening stones and everything. So
would that go only up or down as well? Because as you can see, these
up and even down, you should also be able to diffuse them, like for example when you need. And for let's say that one epic is like 5, the lowest, and one legend is like 2 or 3, the lowest again. Like make a ratio like this.
Yeah.
And maybe we should also, like for example, the 563 is going to be an pain in the ass to just click constantly. So I think, or like constantly double auto click in a way. So I think fusing them will make a lot of sense.
That last part is actually not an issue. Let's take this one, for example.
I'm not playing that much.
Yeah, so. You can see here, babe. If we take like these 1,000 hammers, you can like whoop like that. So that's a non-issue. But for the rest of the stuff, is actually a really, really good thing. For me, for example, like let's say the ratio. Let's just pull something.
To like in a way.
It's a really good idea.
Less. And I know that the epic limit breaking is like really hard somehow.
Yeah.
I return sometimes and even look and summon for my addiction purposes. And I think they should move into something that will be a lot more free to play friendly as well, because I'm checking some graphics about the gacha games and like how much they earn, how much they lose, and I'm not even seeing Warden Tales in the top 20, top 30 for some reason.
Low. It's like 400k or something per month, which is very bad.
I think that they should also try to taunt more newer players and actually provide better at the same time, and the balance between the hardcore mega whales and the spanders, the dolphins, or everything should be a lot more reasonable.
Yeah.
Because like you have no issue with this stuff, but like at least a free to play should be able to at least get like 1 or 2 in a week.
Yeah, so it's basically what Timmy was talking about as well, the power creep, if you like. So, for example, I'm obviously a horrible example for this because I have everything, and that's the reason why I have so much of this.
Prevail.
So I'm just ahead all the time, like no matter what they release, I'm always ahead. However, if you don't have 22 hammers here, if it says 1, then it's fucking panic mode for next week because there's going to be a new hero,
Actually,
and you need hammers.
it's gonna be a lot of players gonna be like disencouraged about the game too, and will leave eventually. And I don't think any Garden Tales content creator or anybody will want that because how can you create more content about a dead game?
Yeah, exactly. That's true.
Actually gain money from it. I know that you're not working for that, but there are many people.
Yeah, exactly.
Who does
Like
that
Sibo left, for example. He obviously wants to make money from it. So.
And I think the new players should be able to have more and,
yeah, to catch up basically, and not just fall behind every time.
Least, yeah, and because it's really not encouraging to keep going because you just starting to a new game, you think that they're gonna be generous, and you will get there not like a whale, but at least like a normal or hard, casual, semi-hard players.
Yeah.
And you don't even go that much. So.
Yeah. So I think for ratios as well, by the way, if we go into that as well, I think it would make sense. Like, I mean, it's the same up and down, right? So, for example, 1 epic hammer is 5 legend hammers, and 1 legend hammer would be maybe 10 level 50 hammers, and then it goes down like that. Yeah. Down here it could be like 3 level 10s or 115, and then 3 15s or 120, and then we can do 3 here all the way up to here.
Or I think you could also be able to, like, for example, 5 level 10 and 2 level 50 to 1, like these ratios could be happen too, because I think it's a good idea.
Yeah.
To mix different levels to do enchanting. For example, when you have less 50 levels but like more level 10s, and you should be able to use these level 10s more to gain a legend limit breaking hammer, no way. So
yeah, well, I mean, yeah, I suppose so. Like, if you want a legend hammer, I guess you could choose which one you want to take from and just push them all in. So, for example, if you want one legend hammer, you can take all 54 here, all 600 here, and all 50 here, and then you have it, for example. And then you want another one, take all the 1000 here, for example. But yeah, I think that's a really good idea, actually. Nice.
Yeah, just maybe make an exponential
yeah, I have no idea about exact
amount
numbers,
of quantities, because if we're using a regular hammer to make a legendary hammer, basic hammers are legit very easy to farm. Just you can get like 10 or 20 per run of item dungeon during the boost, so it has to be like a very huge quantities, not to make like the green hammer value irrelevant.
No, of course, but I mean, I guess it could be linear from 10 to 50 and then exponential here.
Like 50,
yeah.
Or it could be exponential depending on how much experience it gives, because I don't know exactly how many, level 10s are that. But I mean, they obviously have all the data for that, so I'm sure they could figure it out. But yeah.
I think for, level 50s, for example, you could maybe have like 50, level 50 to gain 1 legend or like 1, the golden, what is it, like, or epic,
Yeah.
To even more, to have more and make your boost a lot higher too,
Isn't that a bit much though? I was suggesting 10, but then again, I don't know how much people have.
I think for the level 10 it should be more.
I mean,
but for the level 50, maybe.
I'm buying these level 50 hammers from the shop, as we saw in a different video, for gems, like every time I see one. I don't think everyone does that. Also, I don't use them. So how many do you? How does your hammer inventory looks, Himto?
On hammers?
Yeah. Send
So
a screenshot on here if you can, or if you're online. I don't know.
Yes, I can. Let me just
put it in the voice chat, and I'll just drag it over. Just have a look.
Oh boy.
By the way, can you check the pass, by the way, that they're giving? Like, you can buy with.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you're gonna laugh, by the way. But yeah, let's see here. Yeah, okay. But I think 10 level 50 hammers is fair then, honestly.
mean, yeah, maybe.
Because it should be
but
still
like, at least-
attainable for free-to-plays, you know. For me,
Yeah.
even though that may mean it's easier for me to get the green hammer, I mean, I don't fucking need them anyways. So it doesn't actually make a difference if I have 22 or 50.
Yeah,
Like I
like,
could
and
not spend them
it's gonna
anyways.
be better for everybody because
Yeah.
Wales doesn't even need that much.
Yeah, what I would
To
be
begin
interested
with,
in
they
is
already
having
have
the
all the
yellow
things
hammers
they
though,
need.
because those are a bit more scarce, a lot more scarce actually. So for some reason, even though they're not actually air quotes better, but yeah.
And can you go to the Garden Pass? I just want to check
Oh, yeah.
something. Maybe they should put hammers in there too.
Oh yeah, they don't. They do have it in certain events,
people
like we
have
get
them.
like every 1.5 month.
I
But yeah, they should definitely have hammers in here.
Yeah, like for example, I see that in every 3 rounds they're giving like stamina or something, like, you know,
Yeah.
in the between. And I think one of them should be, or like 1 or 2 of them can be hammers, like, you know.
Yeah, there's one thing to consider
would
though.
help
The
hammer,
value of items or whatever per dollar is very good because this is very cheap. This pass. I don't know. I think the pass we got for you in that other game was like what 300 Swedish, I think, which is like $30, or was it more?
Yeah, it was 240 if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
And
in PUBG it's about 500.
the thing is, the issue here is the pass that you bought for, you know, in that other game, it was actually a very good items. You can get summoning items and everything.
Right, that's true. That's true.
And that's an actual good thing, and it has like 2,000 levels. So it's like you get more and more.
Yeah, so I'm gonna get to that too, because in comparison, for example,
like, you don't even need. I don't think you should even sell this. Maybe even, you know, can be obtainable by like some amount of gems, like in some other game stars. Because that doesn't really makes any sense.
Well,
and
so
maybe you should make a secondary pass that is like has really good, like even like reset stones and maybe even luck stones at the last round.
Yeah,
you know.
So here's the thing though,
and
with
you
like,
can pay for that.
Yeah, so with like PUBG for example, just to compare, there's 2 passes there. It's like the premium one that costs 500, or is or $50, or is the cheaper one that costs about 120 Swedish or $12. So that's like, but that's like you should definitely get the expensive one, otherwise it's kind of shitty sort of situation. Where in here, wait, babe, in here, this one is only 85 Swedish, which is very cheap. Like honestly, it's really fucking cheap. So if you compare that to all the resources you get from this, it's extremely beneficial. So for example, I think it's also nice for them to have some very cheap items if they want to make money, because that means they are going to a lot more people are going to buy it, because it does make sense to have some insane package for like $1,000 that no one is going to buy. Then you might as well have a bunch of cheap ones that a lot of people will buy if you want to make money, because we want them to make money as well, because we need a game to play, you know, in a way.
Yeah, and
because otherwise it's going to shut down.
Actually, I kind of disagree with you here. It's like telling that Genshin need more people to pay for game to be continuous. The thing is, it's not.
But this is not the Genshin.
These are like type of
really
companies that has, you know, these are the game companies has big amount of money, so it's like to actually support themselves. So it's like they don't really need from us.
Sure, but that's not what we're talking about, though. And, well, they do have a really successful business model, though, even though we may not agree with it, because they make a lot of money. But in this case, we're talking about Garden Tales and Cacao, and they don't make a lot of money, so they should make a lot of money, I think, because it's better for us.
And for that, you should be able to count more people that maybe is able to pay.
Yeah.
And maybe even think of doing a computer, you know, type. Maybe like you can also have a computer version, because we all know that computer players are a lot more, you know, better in financially than mobile users, because like
even though they're the ones complaining all the time, as we said.
And that's something that I'm seeing in every type of gacha game. They're opening a computer version, or Steam version to get more money. But like in Garden Tales, I don't really see that effort in a way too.
It's on our side, we have emulators.
Yeah, and when I was playing, I was in the World 9. I reached on the World 9 just for casual, you know, game. Just to see some stuff. But like the thing is, I didn't see that much of rewarding and stuff like this. Even though I returned, the return levels are even not that big of deal. And when you're doing this, you're not encouraging people to even come back to you. And I was one of the players, if you actually convinced me to keep going and even pay at the feature because I can pay too, you know, and I have the ability to financial ability, thankfully, and it was so like, you know, this encouraging in a way, and the thing is everything looks very kind of repetitive in a way too. That's what I noticed, and nothing that caught that much interest for me.
Well, that's a personal opinion though, because I think you also prefer more graphic things and those kind of things. Like this graphic doesn't appeal to you. So like if you actually appreciate this graphic, there's a lot to do in the start of the game if you go at it. But once you're done with that, then it kind of turns into a side game. But also back to my point about this pass here, it's very cheap for what it is. And if you would add more better rewards to it, I don't know, would the price increase in that case? I don't know. Or maybe more people will simply buy it. I don't know. But like, yeah. I don't mind them throwing in some more stuff, but like I literally only buy this for the stones.
People, if they add more, you know, thing to that, like value, then people will be working harder and even maybe trying to save much more for just to get Golden Pass, because it's the thing, you know.
Yeah.
In some games, for example, in Genshin, you need to buy the daily, monthly gem package, which gives you gems every day for some amount, you know.
Yeah.
And it's like a must that you want to buy.
Yeah, we do that here too, definitely.
And if you increase the value, then people will give more from themselves.
Yeah, and they have actually done that exact thing here, so which obviously made a lot of sense. So it's a lot more better now, even though it was good before. But yeah, the same goes for this one, of course. But yeah, like to throw something nice in here, like at least a legend hammer. I don't know, or like something. But yeah.
Or maybe even replace these, you know, the level up stones. Because even I had
like
a lot. No, the small level up stones that you use.
Like this?
Evolution stone, fine. No, these are
no evolution stones in here.
Down, go down. You see that 60,000 there?
What? Where?
60,000. You see that?
Oh, experience, you mean?
Yeah, experience. Yes.
Yeah, that's totally fucking useless.
Yeah, like for example, even as a returner, I had like 10 million. I'm not even kidding.
Yeah, I have
like
900 million.
I didn't have anything to do other than summoning, so I just literally level up all my characters.
Yeah. So the problem about that.
I still more to keep going.
So the problem about that, if you're a new player, like I did a math on it actually, approximately, and even if you spend like $1 million on day one and you get everything, you're still gonna be spending about 2 months only farming experience, doing experience rifts. However, that's to max everything out. So you do need a lot in the start actually if you have a lot of heroes and stuff. But from the point when you max out everything, then you're not gonna spend any of it, more or less. So then it's like you said, or like I said rather, like I have 900 million of it. So completely.
And I don't really.
useless.
I don't really play a lot, so it's like the only limit that I could do was like with my stuff was like get 70 level.
Yeah.
And I made them all 70s, like, and then I was like, well, what to do now? And nothing. Nothing.
Yeah. Hey, Cookie.
And then I already had a lot of awakening stones too, so I awakened them all too. Oh, also hello.
Welcome back.
Thanks, sorry for being late. I got hacked in something.
Yeah, no, it's okay.
That's all right.
We just started a little bit on the other category, and my wife joined us as well. So.
Nice
hi.
I'm the wife. The famous wife.
And I'm Himitsu girlfriend.
Anyways, let's continue. We are on Hunter.
Maybe just if we talk about the Guardian Pass, we can talk about the World Clear Pass.
The what pass?
The World Clear Pass.
Oh fuck yeah, that's a very bad deal. I actually bought the third one too because fuck it. But yeah, nah, it's a really bad one. Well, I think the first and second one was okay, but the third one is like really expensive.
You're gonna have a talk later
on. But yeah, what do you want to say about that one, by the way?
Me?
Oh,
nah, Himitsu.
Oh, that was like just having a review from someone who managed to have all the.
Ah, right. I mean,
everything. If
I don't think there's too much to say,
how
honestly.
can we change it?
Except that the first and the second one were cheap and it was worth it, and the next one was expensive and not really worth it. So, I mean, I don't even need these two things, for example. So, yeah, it was like, yeah, yay. It felt like a really bad deal.
Yeah, you see, like I think that the part 1 was very great for new players and advanced players.
Mm.
Part 2 was fine, but part 3 was horrible with the statues like everybody almost had, and
I was hoping the new merchandise could be in here, so I could choose that one. Then I couldn't, so I got another Ogma model instead. At least I got 4 of those, so that was a good thing, I guess. And then I got another like reset stone. I guess that's nice, but yes.
yeah.
Like,
And
yeah.
all right for that. And just before continuing with the people's events, I just want to add something about the events between season. For example, a bingo machine or gacha machine.
Yeah.
And I don't know why we still have the nerfed gacha machine. Like not the first one that we
Yeah.
had that was incredible in every way.
It was
Probably
amazing. Except
yeah,
there wasn't really a whale back then, so I actually went on the left one. I should have obviously been on the right one. Although we could lock things, so I guess I would have just used all those option changes anyways. But yeah, I would
Yeah,
love
that's
to get
because
another go at that.
I saw that. I think that's China that had the event recently with the old gacha machine.
Really?
Yeah,
Yaha.
that's my point. Yeah, that's why I was asking why are we still getting the nerfed version despite
Yeah.
that it was very good. It kept the player entertained into the event. The probability were just fine, even if we can just maybe lower it a bit. But it was very great, and the recompense were very attractive to players.
Yeah, we want to. I do this every time, like when there's those service that I shoot out every month now. Like bingo, I give a 1. Gacha machine, I give like a 5 always. And I like whenever I get to write about it, I always tell them like get the old one.
And also even like roadmap are fine because sometimes we can have very good rewards in it.
Yeah.
Rift are very good in my opinion because it's one of the rarest events where we can get legendary hammers. But the bingo is disaster on all point.
Yeah.
Like it's everything the same rewards. It's like a merchandise, a bit of hero crystal, but the main rewards aren't attractive at all. Like Captain Mirror Shield or 5 or 4 stars equipment is not attractive to new players or old players.
One thing that I got to think of when you mentioned roadmap is, I mean, it's a lazy thing, but like I would want you to be able to not skip things, but like you can click ahead on it. Let me just find the roadmap here. I don't know if I can. Wait, Dominic is usually making videos of those. Oh, wrong channel. Let's see here. Dominic News. Where's the roadmap? Let's see. There's an up icon. Let me just see if I can fetch one. He usually does those. Where is it? Yaha. Ah, now I can't find one. Snore. Oh, here's one. Oh god. Okay. It's so long. But, for example, here.
Is it possible to...
Let's see. So, let's just jump in here. So, let's say you start on roadmap here, right? You get Mia right away. I should be able to click on the Paimon down there, and it's gonna like give me everything in between there, plus the Paimon. Now we have to click each of them. I know it's a luxury problem, but when you sit in there with like, I don't know, 50k points in one go, and it's like, yaha. Yeah.
Yeah,
I would love
but
that.
after it, there's a choice of what you want to get into, because if you click on Paimon, will it take like the normal hero stones or the hammers or everything like
cheapest way there, or since Paimon is down there, would it take the lower path? I don't know. But yes,
Yeah.
I mean, they can probably figure it out some way. Or like here though, if we have the Paimon and we have one of the legendary awakening stones, I click on the last awakening stone and I get the previous one too, for example.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. Or that it just takes the cheapest way there if you're gonna do it like that. So if you really wanna specify something, then you obviously have to get in there first, and then but it's quite annoying as it is now. Just an idea that popped.
Yeah, and maybe in the end of the event, way to
maybe they should replace the experience there too, like experience stones, because it's honestly not making anything.
Yeah, they're always adding that.
Like
well,
maybe
just
replace it with hammers, or maybe coffee, because like coffee is a big issue for everybody, I heard. So even for you, it was a bit think so.
Not anymore. I don't even need that now.
I mean, babe, your amount of gems is already in. It's like,
Yeah.
problem
I
solving.
mean, I
skills,
used to buy
like-
coffee with real money like every week or whatever, but
I know.
then I went down to only when it's expedition boost, and now I'm not even touching it because I don't need it. So that's really nice. But yeah.
At
and
the same time,
yeah.
I thought maybe fusing the the awakening stones will be better too. Like, for example, the smallest to mid and the legendary. That's how I.
We have
have
that.
it?
We have that.
Okay. When I was playing, you didn't have that.
Yeah, they
so-
added it now, but it was on a daily thing.
Oh,
so
nice.
It was like annoying, so I didn't even do
Ah.
it because I'm too lazy. But now
I
they
mean, why
made it
can't you
like
just make
on a
it-
weekly.
Okay. I mean,
So,
weekly.
Yes,
What?
it's much better now. I mean, obviously it's
I
7
mean,
days
why
worth
can't
of
you
things.
just make it like a normal, thing of the game? Like, you could just, add a small click there and fuse, and in some amount, just fuse it. Like, why are you guys are limited for that?
I don't know actually, but yeah, that was
It's
the
like,
initial
it
idea.
doesn't make any sense, I think.
It's a big upgrade now though, because I didn't even do it daily because it was just annoying. So,
I mean,
but yeah, Clacius.
and maybe
Oh.
changing to an evolution stuff too, because like for getting some shards of the characters, you need to go higher levels.
Yeah.
So I think maybe if you just make every shard obtainable, or like when you have like your turrets maxed out, you can maybe replace your shards with other things that you don't max out yet. On the 3 stars, maybe you max some stuff with the shards, and you still be able to just switch it. Maybe let's say that you have 7 more needed for other characters. You can just swap this in some ratio and just max the other one too, because there is a lot of games that who does that. By the way, there is even the game called Brave 9, which is like I play for years right now, and my account is like 4 years old, I think, and you can do that actually. So
4 years
and
old.
you can turn you can change the companion shards if you have more to get the other companions.
Right. Yeah.
When you give them gifts, thing that I mentioned,
Yeah.
you can just swap. Be done with it in a way. So
yeah. Let's move on. By the way, we have a lot more to go. So, to Clacius, improve on the support system for the game. Don't have players submit a ticket and then get a robotic answer. So that's interesting because they're always super nice to me, and like I usually get like the correct one. The only ones where it's like a copy paste is when you report a player and they say that they can't say what's gonna happen, which I personally find bullshit. I think you should expose those fuckers. However, there is some GDPR bullshit which I hate. I hate those kind of dumb ideas that they make. I don't know if it's like an EU thing or wherever it came from, but yeah. So basically privacy bullshit that protects the bad guys. But they can't really do anything about it because of that's the reason. Which made sense. I didn't actually know. I thought it was just a stupid company policy, but yeah, they literally have to follow it. I know there was a thing in Guild Wars where there was a hacker and the devs literally logged the account and like recorded them deleting the whole thing, which was hilarious. But I think that was before the GDPR thing was sadly invented. So there is that anyways. Then we have an anonymous one. In general, giving new players additional resources is very badly needed. The number of new players is dropping, and to keep as many of them playing as possible, they need to be given a chance to be competitive without years of investment. Roadmap is a step in the right direction, but in particular HE and Awakening Stones remain extremely difficult for players to catch on. Ways to address this include new account boost on the Awakening dungeon, perhaps permanently 2x for X amount of time, 3x during normal 2x rotations. Oh, that's a good idea. Something similar for HC could be implemented. The solution should help bridge the gap between veterans and newbies, so not something like cheaper clear rewards, which must be given to all new players. The game also needs more marketing. I personally never have seen a single GT ad despite being an active mobile game player. Thank you for organizing this podcast. Oh, you're welcome. I don't know who you are. And also, yeah, that's something I've been saying from the start of marketing. They should have marketed a lot higher in the start. Obviously, it's a risky move because if it goes wrong, you are wasting a lot of money on that. But they could have had a lot bigger player base to work with, which would have been more money, which would have been more resources. And yeah, maybe we wouldn't have been here, even though 2021 was responsible for the biggest issue for the game in development. So yeah, and I think it makes a lot of sense for the increased boost for those things, for new accounts or or even returning players maybe. Actually. Because yeah, I do definitely agree with the catch-up thing as well. Like more players into the system, because like that's the thing. They would argue that like new players starting the game and stuff. Well, here's the thing: a new player is completely useless for the end game and the main, like the veteran population of the game, until they are at a point where they can actually be competitive and / or additive to what you want to do. And
Or
that
at
takes a
least
lot of
be
time.
able to join the guild raid in a way.
Yeah, exactly. Because like I mean, if you're new, you're not gonna get a top guild, and it's just.
I mean, you can't even do any damage, so why any guild would want you in a way
Exactly.
too?
So that catch-up is very important. Now, there's obviously two ends of the spectrum, and obviously we've been talking about this a lot, that I'm against the whole thing where, I mean, as a whale, that everyone should get my power, but that's not even what we're talking about. This is simply catch-up, and I do definitely agree with that. And yeah, just remove the elemental advantage bullshit in PvP, and then everyone can be happy. But yeah, Khyr. Near Automata collaboration. Now we're talking. Character design for 2B, 9S, and A2 are excellent. Yeah, I love those characters. That's the first and last. Story are similar to GT.
Can I see the boobies, please? Thanks. As
As
a boob lover,
they're
girl,
really
I'm
cool.
sorry, but
We can look at it later. I think I might have.
okay,
Yeah,
thank
but
you.
anyways, story are similar to GT. Aliens invaded the Earth. As for the collab side story, would be the aliens that invaded Earth can be attributed to invaders from GT. Insofar as the said collaboration is concerned, 24 games would have which have collaborated with Nier franchise. One of those is PGR, has had been successful with their Nier Automata collab, and it would be a win-win scenario for GT to have this collab. I 100% agree, except that they need to make this character actually good, because they have a stupid thing to make collab characters really poo, with the exception for Lina and Celos in very rare occasions. But aside from that, they are pretty lackluster, and I don't think that's a good thing.
Yeah, talking about collab, maybe we can ask people who are in the call, what are you expecting for collab in World Untitled? What would you like to see as collaboration? Maybe Lulleh, you have a preference for
Well,
like a franchise?
I haven't played that many of these games that would be eligible for collab. I guess it's mostly the Korean, Japanese sort of stuff. So I'm just gonna
Maybe
go with Nier
Honkai.
Automata.
I would say Honkai Final Fantasy group, because like it's the Final Fantasy is like this same pixelated stuff. So I think it would be a great thing, and we all know that Final Fantasy has huge amount of player base. Well, maybe I would love to try it because it's similar graphics in a way, and everything is kind of similar. And I might also add Zelda or something like these old but really class and legend type of game. And for the gacha world, because that's the thing that I'm mostly known about, maybe like I said, the Genshin Honkai or the Brave 9, Brown Dust too, from the same company will be a great option, and maybe even Nikke at some point, because like they have huge player base as well. And I will personally choose these, but like if you really want to revive a game in a way, a little bit more, because from what I heard, it's kind of like a fading,
Yeah.
in a fading era right now. And in these cases, the best thing that you should be doing is like getting contact with legendary games that has like a lot player base, so you can actually have a lot of money in a way. Just purely because of Naoas too, even. And maybe there will be even players that also played Golden Tales in maybe let's say Final Fantasy, and might want to reconsider returning back. So.
Yeah, I think that a collaboration between like other gacha games, like you said, Genshin Impact or Honkai, can be like very profitable, because it can be like a close collaboration. Like we get some characters and we can offer them some characters of Golden Tales that can be adequate to the universe. But I think that a franchise that could be very good as a collaboration is like the Persona 5.
I was gonna say this.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we already have some reference to it with like the Nari skins that we have on the battle medal shops,
Mhm.
and it totally fits like the game aesthetics, and we can see that that some characters which have multiple action and multiple different moveset, it can be like a very good collaboration to in
Or
the game.
maybe even skins from the same game, from the collaboration, when you can, get it from some type of points,
Yeah,
and would be a really good thing too. And actually, maybe even make illustrations specifically to those skins that you can choose from. I don't know if they've done that yet, but like, for example, when you are wearing some other skins for any type of character, you should be able to have these illustrations. What?
Philip is trying to reach me because he wants to
Ah.
eat with me because I said we were gonna eat together after this, and he sent me
Oh,
like
well.
an actual email.
Also,
Mm.
like I said, maybe making illustrations of these skins could be a lot better too, because like now you can be able to not only see your character in this skin and illustration wise as well, and maybe even create specific battle animation, skin animations for that too. I
yeah,
think that would be a great idea too for
Yeah.
me, because like
Yeah,
that's
my,
a
my
great
only
illustration-
issue with the whole collab thing is that they make the heroes very bad because obviously they're very limited, so people would be
I mean-
mad if they're not. But I mean, make them good.
by the way, I see that in for example, Gordon Brave 9 has a lot of collaborations,
Uh-huh.
and most of these characters was actually good, and especially one, the Slime King anime collaboration. They use these characters in the arena and world arena, or
Yeah,
even
same with
not
Epic
world,
7.
or
Epi
like
had some hero there that looked pretty cool.
area that we're still using, by the way. So it's like,
Yeah. I mean,
Not
I think
from
it's
work
in
at
line
some
with the whole
point.
free-to-play friendliness of this game. They don't want to stress people out by releasing super good and
Mm.
super limited heroes. But like at the same time, though, why would you even make this collection here? Because I, air quotes, have to get
Yeah.
them anyways, and then they're just useless.
Also, maybe try to collab with the huge animes too, like for example, Demon Slayer, Naruto, stuff like that,
Mm.
and can get more player base, because everybody loves some anime waifus, anime titties, and some good gacha game at some
Yeah.
point. And if you can make it happen, and I think you can get the most player base from the anime, because there are a lot more players
Yeah.
that is watching anime than not gaming only, but like,
That's true. And like the only two animes they did, I think, are not super popular ones that people don't really know about. It's like some 80s, 90s stuff.
Oh,
I know that was like a
I
thing
heard,
when,
I heard.
yeah. I mean, I have no idea either way, so I only watch Pokemon, so it's
Oh well.
like
As
I'm not
a
I'm not
anime
the right
lover,
people for this. Yeah,
I might be the right person for that.
yeah.
More.
Did you have any as well, Spooky, before we move on?
Oh, I was gonna say Persona 5, but it's dated for me.
All right, yeah. So, miawry, inadequate chat report system, please, or a longer block list, Elmao. Okay, yeah. So I think there's a lot of shit going on in the in-game chat. I have never really spent any time here myself, but yeah. I don't know if we have anything funny here now, but yeah. I don't know. I've seen some stuff. So, yeah. I don't know. I think, like what we talked about in the other video, though, I think it was the Heavenhold one, where the chat just needs to be reworked, like the one we had in Dragon Raya, babe. Remember? That was so good. Like, even automatic translation and everything. This is just
it was amazing.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
Go to the Heavenhold video if you wanna like check that, I guess. More on that there. Joy, regional server merges. Yeah, we talked about that, and here's an NA1 player that kind of wants the chip not to sync more. So yeah, talked about that too. Then we have Cockclock. Why is the co-op greetings and joining party voice lines switched? Like, you don't need to change the voice lines to fit the description. You can just change what they're called. Why won't they do it? I haven't thought of that, actually. Is there a sound to it?
I didn't know about that.
Wait. Co-op defense. Who has a voice that's like a Let's take Lilith. And I'll just make a room here. Wait, what? Oh, really? There. Let's see now. Let's put the sound up. Okay, she says something. Victory, okay. Okay, she's annoyed there. But yeah, okay, I don't know. It sounds like it's correct at least. I don't know. But yeah. Anyways, let's lower the sound again, sorry for that. And Comeflorez. Increase 60 character chat or block max text. Yeah, that's what we were talking about before. So yeah, does anyone else have anything else on other?
Yes, I have. I
Okay.
do. That was something I wanted to talk about when I saw that there is an other category.
Mhm.
I sent it in the voice chat so you can
Okay.
put it on screen. That please
Where?
bring Guardian Child merch to
Oh!
Europe and other. Please.
Yes.
That's a post that someone on Reddit made, and
Yeah.
that's just the box of a summon pool, and the idea of getting it as a collector or just
Yeah.
even Funko Pops of like shapes in the white boxes. That could be like so great. I see that on Korea they have like an Harry plush, miawry plush, they have figures, and we have nothing in Europe or America.
Yeah.
And bring merch, please.
Yeah. No, I totally agree. So here's the thing: I've seen that there is like two types of merch in like other, like the Asian countries. One is the ones that are sold on a website, actually a Korean one. I actually went on there and I checked, and I could get like everything for like $100 or whatever. But the shipping is pretty high, right? But I figured if I order a bunch of stuff, it's gonna like make sense. Not like
Yeah.
one item, because then it's like overpriced. But even then, it wasn't like any amazing items though. So that's the thing, right? So
I think they
but
should
then
make,
then there
suits.
is like some real life places as well, where it's like I think there was some exhibition or like store promotion or whatever, and they had like some little princess thing there, and it was like a literal gacha machine where you can like get little things that look pretty cool. But like they can just do so much more, like those figures, for example, that we were talking about, babe. That exist for other games. Like I would
Yeah, I
love to
know.
collect those, for example, or
And maybe, I see in your characters the PJ skin.
Mhm.
For example, you can sell a hoodie of Marina Shark, for example.
Yeah, that's a really good
And
idea.
or like future princess PJ making a hoodie or even PJ set. You can
Yeah, or a
even,
bed set
or
even
like a
with like the
blanket
pillow and exactly the
or
sheets.
blanket, and that you can actually buy, because I think these types are more eye-catching than figures and stuff, because like for figures you need to be able to have a good place to present them,
Right.
and not everybody has that type of things, because there are still people that lives with their families and stuff like that,
Yeah.
and not have enough area or even, and I think a bat or a PJ or hoodie that they can even wear outside, take selfies, and maybe even post in their Guardian Tales community could be a good idea.
Well,
And
can I
even
both? I
make it
mean,
like
I would buy all of it.
bed sheet,
Like I would love that.
too.
Yeah.
We're not talking about you. You're a whale, bro.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm just saying I
We
would be
know that
interested.
you're being able
Are you
to
being
buy.
discriminating to whales now, babe?
Yes, I am. Yes, I am. Deal with it. Yes, I am. Deal with it.
What I wanted to say though about the figures, like I would love to see those figures actually come in the boxes that they come in the game. That would be so cool, like those white boxes.
Yeah.
And
yeah,
I can
totally.
I can feel opening the box. Like I'm talking about the quality of it. Like it's like hard to say, but like there should be this like little magnet almost like to close it, and like it should be like this high quality paper in a way. And that was so cool.
Yeah, or maybe even we can go even more deeper into that, and maybe make a headset. That is like has that, or you can even choose your favorite character inside. That they can. Oh, and then it will be like these gaming headsets that is like have lights, and you can choose, and even maybe wallpaper sets and everything, and maybe like a phone case, because everybody likes that.
Right.
And stuff like that. Or even maybe if you have some PlayStation or stuff in for you, then you can actually make some controllers that has that on them, like printed on them. It would be a great idea, I think.
Yeah, one thing
not
that
everybody
I'm
is interested in figurines.
Yeah, of course, but I mean, you
Everybody
can have
has
everything
that
though.
general interest.
There are some people that are interested in figures, so you shouldn't like exclude one thing
Yeah,
from the
I'm
other.
not
However,
excluding, but like,
oh,
you
okay.
know.
No, okay, good. But like one thing that I'm personally against when it comes to electronic things, controllers, headsets and stuff, is that the actual stuff is fucking shite. Like it's just a cool
Yeah, I
picture on it and the quality is just trash. So that's a problem with those things. So unless you can make a collaboration with an actual good company, SteelSeries,
Yeah.
Sennheiser, Odyssey, whatever, you know, that would be cool.
Like,
but that might
for
be hard to pull
example-
off. But what they could do is also like less technically required things, but they can make
Yeah.
things that are actually usable, like cups, for example. You need a cup to drink of,
Yeah.
like doesn't you know, and like those kind of things.
Or even
Mouse
when the
pads,
headset,
maybe.
like, you know, just normal headset for listening to music, not specifically for gaming, or like, you know, normal headset that you can just put on and then go outside for a walk and anything like that. You
Yeah,
know?
but I mean, the quality still has to be decent for me to want to use them. Otherwise,
Yeah,
it just
like,
becomes a
not like-
collectible items, though. Like that Razer
Yeah.
mouse I showed it the other way in gold.
Yeah.
Like that's not even made to play on. It's just a display item, you know.
I mean, yeah.
So yeah,
Or maybe even keyboard letters, you know, like, for example, you can have like
keycaps.
keycaps in a way.
That's
These are
cool.
amazing, and we know that a lot of players use emulators and stuff like that, and maybe even doing this on for the phone cases.
I was gonna say phone cases.
Not
Yes.
like I said it, but like not like phone normal phone cases, but more like, you know, full phone cases that you are like clicking and then making it like fully closed.
Yeah.
Not like half type.
I got a crazy idea, everyone, though. Do you see
Yeah.
that picture that Himitsu linked? Imagine if you can order a box like that from the company, and it's going to be random what's inside, so it literally becomes a gacha. So if you want to collect everything, either you wail fucking hard at it, or you have to trade the boxes inside with other players that also do this, you know. Imagine.
Yeah, I was.
Because if you want one of each, you know, obviously, like all the heroes, you like order it like a mystery box like this, you know, and then you get something inside. Oh my goodness.
I already talked about this, like when previously in the past, when I first had the idea of bringing some merch like this, we had this idea, and we thought, yeah, but in order to get every champion, that will be so much expensive. but I have to admit that the gacha part of getting like a random figures inside is a totally great idea.
Yeah, I
But
mean, it doesn't
only-
have to be as hardcore as in-game, of course. It could be
Yeah,
like guaranteed 2 white boxes and, you know, 4 or 5 even, you know, what's it called? The other boxes, and or like 1 shitty box, you know.
Yeah, but
Something
it's
like
fine only if, like, when you buy a box of 10, you can buy individually the white boxes, but like doing in the game, for example, like it can be like 27 USD for the 10 pull, but it's a $3, for example, for a white figure. So it's more expensive buying one alone than the 10.
That's a good point. That's a really good point. And also, if you're not a collector or like, you know, you only want your favorite hero, then you just get that and done with it.
Yeah,
or maybe making even an anime, you know, turning this into an anime to catch more players.
Oh, yes. I've said that many times as well. I mean, it's a bit of a
Or
different
even
topic,
maybe
but
like a manga, you know, like
there
you can
are a
actually
lot of
buy and read.
animation.
Yes,
That would
and
be so
actually,
cool.
if also I have another type of suggestion
Mhm.
that relates to that. Maybe even make mangas about that. You can physically buy and read yourself.
Yeah.
Like, for example, Lilith's backstory, or like the
That's a
what
good
was
idea.
it again? What was the curse 94? Oh, right. Nari's backstory, and like at the end of the manga, you can see the designs, how it made it. Have they thought of that, and what did developers thought when they are creating that character that you really like, for example.
Yeah.
You know, and what
think-
was their inspiration and stuff like that, because
Yeah.
everybody knows there's inspirations when creating a character, so let's not lie about that. But yeah,
Yeah, no, of course. But like, I think, I mean, okay, so this is obviously like a dream scenario. I don't think it's ever gonna happen because
Yeah.
if you're gonna make all these items, you need to invest a lot of money up front, and I
Yeah.
don't think they're willing to do that. And also, the game is not as popular to guarantee. Like, if they
Yeah.
did it with Genshin, I think there would be a lot more money to be made, of course. So
Yep.
it would be too risky to do it with this game, sadly. But I
Yep.
still like the idea, of course, because like, I mean, those. I think a box of all those figures. I don't know how much could that even cost to be realistic. Probably a few hundreds. Not even kidding. If it's going to be good quality figures, it depends though. It doesn't actually have
Yeah.
to be as advanced as some of the ones we have seen. I mean, they had those Pokemon things you could buy when I was a kid. It was like a little plastic Pokeball, and you open it, and it was a little figure in there. It wasn't too crazy, but like
I mean, you see how brave and their ground Hilder figures,
yeah, exactly.
and you don't
That's
expect
like
something like this. I
1500.
think
No,
this
that's
was
that's too
next
big as
level.
well though for this, right? Because I mean, it has to be somewhat portable. Can't be too big.
I mean, it wasn't that big to begin with, but like they were giving it to someone who was like top player.
Yeah, of
So
course.
it's
But I
like
mean,
it's
they
gotta be
even
good.
sell. Yeah, but they even sell those for like $1,500 or
I
whatever.
mean,
You know, like
and it was like looking,
not that one,
like
but others
this.
that are equally good. You know, like Epi has a bunch of them. But
Yeah,
like
but maybe they can even contact the toys brands for these type of stuff. Maybe like
yeah, but they're still
you can
really
go to
big though.
toy
That's the
store.
thing. So these Guardian Tales characters would be smaller, which means less effort, less details,
and
everything. So then you can obviously get the
maybe
price
they
down.
just
But I would say a
maybe this
big box like this
people
would probably be like $100. I think that would be fair. So you don't get like some
not
cheap
paid.
stuff.
Like we said, like it's gonna be a real, in the perfect world type of things that we're talking right now. Like
Of
the
course. But
the
like,
first.
if I would make this, that's what I would do. $100 for the big
I
box,
mean,
or 20 for an individual
yeah.
one. So it's obvious
And
as
the
per what
first,
Kimitsu said.
first thing goal should be counting more players right now. I think for money purposes. So
Yeah, of course. But yeah, it's a fun idea, anyways, though, and something that I
yeah,
think the general take from this is maybe not make this perfect box with figures, but rather make some nice IRL merch and sell it.
yeah,
Because now it's really inaccessible. Like I said, the Korean shop, I could order everything like that, except I can't because I can't get it here. Like there's no option to choose Sweden, so they only sell it within Korea, which is obviously really sad because I'm sure
Oh.
there's a lot of fans that would love to get their hands on these things, and so on.
I
And
mean, you can still get your hands on this if you have like someone that you know from the Korea, but like
yeah, exactly. That's the only way. Well, I actually have a few. That's a good point, actually. But that's a
well,
problem for later. But yeah, I mean, here's the thing. I'm not like, if there was a box like this, I would almost want to fly there myself and get it, But like these items, I'm not like, because they're not that cool. So it's like, like,
That's why I said
But yeah,
in real merch that you can actually
yeah,
use it daily basis.
yeah, exactly. Anyways, I think we should wrap it up here. Actually, it's becoming really long now.
Yeah.
Unless there's something else to add.
No,
No.
not from my side.
Fine.
All right. Well, thanks for watching, everyone, and goodbye.